but consecutively going down to the clubs night after night, doing club interviews. You are spending money. Social media is rotting your brains. Are you picking up what I am putting down, my nigga? Hello everybody, and welcome back to your favorite podcast that is actually not a podcast. We still haven't figured out a structure for what exactly this entire thing is. Welcome back to High Key Yapping, where the girls can go, where the guys can guy, and where the yappers can just yap. So today I wanted to actually speak about something that I've spoken about before in, not as much depth. I want to actually go in depth today, specifically social media wise. Social media has rotten a lot of people's brains as of lately. Now I don't mean this just like in an attention span sense, because that itself is also something that's very, very important. But the introduction of social media these days has changed a lot of people's perception on life, right? Wait, let me just fix this. Hold up. We just found out that I can do that now. That shit, that's so exciting. Wait, let me just my gimbal's like on 26%, so I need to make this video and actually finish it. The building behind me looks so huge as soon as I lean back. So what I mean is, I had this whole elaborate idea that I wanted to make a video essay specifically on vlog culture. Shut up! Christ. So I had planned on making a video essay on the broad structure of vlog culture, like where it started, where it's headed, or like much rather where it's at right now, and basically doing some form of comparison and seeing how it's become a lot more prevalent, right? The main discussion that I wanted to go into was about how people have now become oversharers on social media. I wanted to speak on how that may actually be an issue of safety and whatnot. But hey man, I took a look at the amount of work that I would actually have to do in relation to actually doing research, asking people questions, etc. etc. And that's londo, because no, I quite 100% have the ability to actually do that. I just low-key don't want to, I just low-key don't want to. Ever since the end of last year, I have been on a path of, like, I've now been viewing social media a lot differently. It's been very, very visible. Like on my TikTok and my Instagram, I've completely changed the way that I operate. On TikTok, I would easily strike out maybe like 8 videos in a single day, right? 8 videos, maybe majority of them are going to be like, those funny skits with the caption. And then others would be commentary videos in relation to what's happening up in South Africa, like all over the country and whatnot. Because guys, things are happening. You'd think that things would have ended with the 30th of June, where March and March said that, okay, after this, it's done. Not that they actually said that, but maybe city along the lines of Ndobana, okay, 30th of June, if you're an illegal foreigner, fine, that happened. Fast forward on to now, and we are seeing that there's a lot more violence that has been perpetuated. And into Dibona Eskakulu is that this violence is in low-income communities, of which upon the Suga Kona, Mnandugumdana was a Lukshin Kaloko, at home. Nangona umama ngathi sometimes like, hey, you are lucky that you grew up with money. Like it isn't really money, but the most basic form of income. The household has a singular breadwinner, which is my mom, and we also have ezinye ingcuku zemali that are coming in from here and here. But you don't see these things in like middle class communities. I'm not trying to make a point whereby I call out the middle class communities and say that they don't participate in community endeavors to bring power back into communities, because they don't. They actually don't. Because we already know a lot of people in middle class communities see themselves as above, low income earning communities. And when I say low income, I'm talking from the range of Manditi Umdu is earning 450 rand per hour ngosuku. No, not per hour. 450 rand a day, spanning over towards an entry-level income of 20,000 rand. That's what I mean when I say low-income communities. But yeah, to backtrack a bit, I've been seeing a lot of izinto ezenzekayo now whereby the shops of these supposed illegal foreigners, don't mind the hand quotes, think that a lot of people are going to actually take that the wrong way, so just chill. Daddy chill. Okay, let me just relax. So a lot of these shops are being burnt down, and from what I've heard from other fellow black people who are in these communities, what they've come to experience is that whereby now black people are now, I don't want to use the word forcefully, because the words we use are very, very important, because you can use the wrong word and it's going to relay the worst kind of message. So let me just say that people in these low-income communities, they took back their power. And from what I've heard from other people, with them taking back said power, they see it as an opportunity to raise prices on certain goods like isonka. Bruh, why is bread going over 20 rand? Why are bigger necks now going from 1 rand 50? Mind you, bigger necks at one point were 50 cents, then they became 1 rand, now they're 1 rand 50, and now they might kind of low-key be going over like 3 rand. Why is that the case? Why is that? That's an issue. Okay, you're not helping anyone by doing that. I mean, you're helping your own pockets, but you're also kind of like alienating your only customer base that you may potentially have. That's like, if anybody that's doing this is watching this video, that's kind of like low-key something to think about. Oh, don't. Back to the main point that I actually wanted to make with this video, social media. I won't lie, social media is great. It is fantastic. Ever since the creation of the internet, we have been able to experience news like never before. We are able to know that things are happening all over the world. We're able to hear and speak about and speak out on atrocities that are happening in places like Gaza, in Palestine, with the one-sided war that is being pushed by Israel and the United States of America. We're able to hear about the pain that people are going through in Somalia, in Northern Africa, in Ukraine with the ongoing war against Russia, even in places, I don't know, I think it's Indonesia and West Papua New Guinea and such and such and such. The internet is fantastic, to say the least. It's great, right? It's great. Until, people start trying to live lives that they shouldn't be trying to live. What do I mean by this? Guys, we have to understand that nangona kuzawuthekani ebomini. I don't want to dismiss this and say that it's not possible, because it's very, very possible if resources are used kakuhle and things are distributed evenly. People can have, like, all kinds of people can have higher standards of living. But if we take a look at the current reality that we live in, that's just not true. Understandably, it's because of those who want to get richer, They want to stuff money in their pockets and just watch it grow and absolutely do nothing with it. Like Bango Smog, Pago Lord of the Rings, busy hoarding money for no reason. I never understood that. I still don't understand it to this day. I have seen people go through the absolute most. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? What? Okay. It was falling asleep. My gimbal was falling asleep. I've seen young people my age, do the absolute most just to gain fame and notoriety to the public, right? And at the start of this video, I think I already mentioned, Domana, I've begun seeing social media in a much more different light anymore, okay. That wasn't the proper grammar. What the shit, dog? I don't know why it does that. It makes like this weird beeping sound, like tit, tit, tit. I don't know why it's doing that. Maybe it's like unbalanced. Okay, I didn't balance all of the axes in any case, but I'm losing track of what I was saying. This is what happens when you start a video and you don't have a script. Like, you know what I'm saying? I am going to start scripting my videos because a lot of the time, because just winging it's not working anymore. It's not working anymore. For example, we like the kind of people they are, like, I show speed. I swear to God, this thing's actually gonna drive me insane. What the f is going on, bro? I think it's beeping because it's on 15% now and not 26. So I'm gonna have to wrap this up, because mainly I just wanted to actually make a YouTube video and put it out, because my goodness, I just want to be consistent in something, you know. This semester, since we're back at school now, I really actually want to focus on being consistent in making long form content and just being consistent in my studies. Yabo. For the most part, I'm going to be making clips from the long form content and just putting it onto my short form platforms, because making short form content can be very tiring, especially with the volume that you have to put out there. In any case, we have people like I Show Speed, ne? For lack of a better example. If we're gonna bring it down to our South African roots, we have abantu like God damn. Okay, this is very telling. I don't consume a lot of South African content. Mainly because, here's the thing. I'm not very judgy of South African content, but the way it's done, we see the content is like really trying to emulate the content from overseas, but in a way that makes it more South African, I guess. For example, and I make a lot of examples, mind you. For example, if we take a look at streaming culture, like Twitch streamers and the like, and I understand a land of taking Twitch streaming, which is something that is very much inherently from overseas, and trying to make it into a South African, like, and program or style. To me, it just feels very tacky. And so I never really got into enjoying South African content that much. Yeah, but also South African content, guys, it's clickbait. It's very clickbaity. How is this video different from the videos that you guys put out? Shit, bro. I don't know, nigga. And that's it, dog. No, I'm the lab and there's content there. Like, one who's content there, we as the South African youth, we want to blow up so much on the internet that we are willing to do the most dumbest stuff. Like, again, I Show Speed, when he started doing his Twitch streaming thing, he was out of fucking pocket, bruh. Like, serious, straight. He would try to get himself clipped so much so that he would actually blow up. Yeah, bro. That's also how I feel about the South African podcast space, especially when we have podcasts like or Podcast and Chill, where we have damn it, Like, seriously, the only podcast that I'm tuned into, or the only podcast network that I'm actually tuned into right now, is Popcorn and Cheese, or the SABS network with Ompo Pops, or Farida, or Tsitsi Chumia, those kinds of people, yeah, bro. And also the Random Guys podcast. Fuck with the Random Guys podcast like crazy, dog. Like absolutely fucking crazy. Those are the podcasts that I kind of gel with because they have their own sense of identity. They're not trying to constantly blow up. Yeah, bro. Back to what I was actually saying about young people doing the most right now. I'm not going to say who, because I appreciate the guy and I like the content that he's putting out. But consecutively going down to the clubs, night after night, doing club interviews, you are spending money. You are spending money going to the club just to interview these people. For what? For what? For the short form content. Like, bruh, short form content will be the death of us. It will be the absolute fucking death of South African youth. Because all my fucking days, man, here's one thing, ne? Okay, there's a car coming over here. I probably look so fucking weird talking to a fucking camera. So, yeah, we are going to die because of this whole content creation saga, ne? I didn't see it back then in high school what my art teacher meant when she said not everybody can be a content creator. Yeah, but like right now, I'm doing this content thing mainly because I enjoy making the videos, right? To get to a point whereby, oh my God, I want to make content so that I can blow up. Oh my God, I want to make content so that I can be famous. You do that and you end up like people like fucking Clavicular, bruh. For those of you that don't know who Clavicular is, he's an American streamer, right? He's also the person who kind of like jump-started that whole, and he looks maxing, man. Abantu bazibetha ngehami rap swing, like bone smashing, like, oh my God, your canthal tilt and all that bullshit, you know? Clavicular is now doing drugs. He is now doing Dipachi Mfanaka. I was shocked to find out that Clavicular is actually 20 years old. This guy is on drugs like about ketamine and what, bruh. Umdu abone on stream. Fethu. He is OD'd. He's OD'd. Ubuso bakhe is literally falling apart. His skin is rotting. Yeah, Londo. Like, not everybody can be like, I show speed. And you know what? Fine. I get it. There's a formula to South African content. South African content doesn't really reward thought. It doesn't really reward introspection. What it truly rewards is drama. I think another reason why it rewards drama is mainly because we lack good shows in South Africa. We lack entertainment. So people are so annoyed by seeing the reality of everyday life that they just check out and they accept the content slop that they're provided. I'm not judging. I'm not judging. You love what you love. The rest of us can keep our mouths shut, you know? But like, bruh, I get it now. And I really, really wish I could reach out to my old art teacher and apologize for that thing specifically, because I'm still not happy with them. They low-key made me hate something that I really, really loved doing because of their own expectations. It really did change me as umtu. But enough about that. That's for another video. Like, there's so much conversation, especially by young people. Oh my God, especially by fucking young people. The new wave of young people that are now experiencing political consciousness is kind of driving me insane, because we have conversations about economic emancipation, on top of the current political emancipation that we have as a country, but I'm not seeing many young people taking the necessary steps towards that, right? I know, big talk coming from somebody that has like a camera and a gimbal and whatnot and blah, 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 blah. Koto, you have to understand, guys, you have to understand, like, oh yeah, there's not any organization funding my business idea so that it can, oh shit, oh, I was actually worried that I accidentally turned off my mic. Oh yeah, there's not any business don't out there that is interested in my business idea and there's no available funding. Bruh, if your service or your product does not necessarily need a large amount of funding, just start. Literally, the nice thing that I really, really like about young people like my age, in their early 20s, early to mid 20s right now, we have come to understand that even within friendships, there is a form of nucleus, right? There is a form of being. We understand that mental health is a thing. We understand that everybody needs to have some form of support system, etc., etc., etc. Use that. I'm not going to name drop, but like somebody who is close to me, whose family is currently in the hospital, and I'm quite sad that I can't visit them because they're in Gauteng. But I've seen from the many people that have come to see them, that you can have a viable support system. Why are we as young people not using that? Like, if your friends can like give you like whatever spare change they have, like a stokvel, bruh. You can put your money together, like you can okay, this is me, okay, yeah, shareholders and whatnot. That's a conversation for much later. But you can pool money together and low-key start your business. Business, especially if you are not getting into a very, very overcomplicated business model, it's like content. People are always going to tell you in content creation, Dobana, just start. Even if you have a shit phone, even if you don't have an iPhone and whatnot. Me personally, I don't wanna get myself an iPhone because Andy Boni hype, yeah, your Airway, it's got a nice camera, but I'm not gonna be fucking dealing with iOS, nigga. I'm comfortable with Android, bro. Like, but like the device community. Shut it. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay? I'm good. I like my Androids. But anyways, like, the same way you would start making content is the same way that you can start making a viable business, right? And yeah, no, this is like the capitalist mentality. And okay, we've also come to understand that in South Africa, we have a mixed economy, but it's a mixed economy. You know what I'm saying? Like, more and more, we are seeing less government-owned businesses or like state-owned enterprises, SOEs, and a lot of things. There's a lot of outsourcing to major businesses going on right now. Yeah, bro. So, what was I saying again? What the fuck? I lost track. I kind of lost track of what I was saying again. You don't have to make it that hard. Like, there's literally, bro. A literal example out there, Ngogo Mzansi Africa, there is a large business called Isinkwa Setu. It basically started off as a bakery, right, which was stokvel funded by a community, ne? And you know what they went on to do? They went on to take their investments, those, like, even if like you 1 rand, 2 rand, londo year, they took their investments, they built a supermarket whereby they hire members of the community within that supermarket. So what does that create? That creates a parallel economy. The money is just constantly flowing, right? To make money, you need to have some form of cash flow. And then If they're happy with that, then they're happy with that, right? But if they want to as a community, they can even consider investing that money so that their money makes more money for their own community and it grows their economy. Are you picking up what I am putting down, my nigga? Are you picking up on what I am putting down, my nigga? I genuinely hope that you are picking up on what I'm putting. So that can't just fucking funny as shit, bro. Like you like, are you understanding what I'm saying? Like, so many young people are focused on blowing up on social media instead of starting businesses. I won't lie. I'm currently facing the same issue, right? My main ick with starting a business is understanding the laws that surround it. Yeah, bo. So up on the is the registration of my business name, and yeah, y'all already know what your boy finna do. And the thing is, me not registering my business and being an official company and continuing as a freelancer or continuing as somebody who would be self-employed, it's limiting my opportunities of to make money, right? As a young person, I want to take that risk, bro. Fine, I could fail. I could very well fail. But to heck with it. At least I tried, right? And we're also caught up in okay, what if I fail? What if I fail? Nigga, what if you win? What if you win? You have to take a leap of faith. You have to trust yourself and trust in God. Damn. So now back to the main point that we were actually generating from the very, very beginning. Social media is rotting your brains. It is rotting a lot of your guys' brains. You're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing just so that you can blow up on social media and you can gain fame and notoriety. But here's the thing about social media that I don't fucking like. As somebody that that enjoys making content like this, like commentary content and just basically speaking into a camera, because, your boy's a yapper. As somebody that actually enjoys that, it is something that you cannot step away from unless you build yourself as a brand. Nigga! All roads lead back to business, fuck nigga. Start a business, start a brand. But okay, to say start a brand doesn't mean print random designs and logos on a on a poor quality t-shirt. That's not what it means. It means start something that people can actually believe in. That's what it means. Something that you believe in, something that other people that believe in, something that can generate an income for you, and something that you can gladly step away from. Unfortunately, the way things are going in my life, I don't know. I think I enjoy working too much, so much so that I wouldn't be able to step away from it. Not too long ago, I watched a video Yaka Vusi Tembekwayo, which basically is kind of how to go from freelancer to founder, right? I'm here right now. I'm trying to go over here. You see, I'm here. I'm trying to get over here. But what does that mean? What does that mean for me? That means I have to post a lot less content, right? I have to be strategic in the kind of content that I post. That means that I have to step away from a lot of the systems. I fucking hate that word. I don't know why it's so thrown around in the business world a lot. You have to step away from whatever, system you've become accustomed to. Yeah, but you have to make that change. You get me? You get me? Listen, y'all need to pay me, bro. Y'all need to pay me. I'm dropping wisdom bangers right now. You see, a young person is going to spend so much time on social media wanting to get that big blow up, only to find out that you now become a prison to that big blow up, especially with short form content, especially with short form content, because you have to constantly be there. You need to be putting out something new constantly, and you just can't step away from it. You just can't step away from it. And unless people actually identify with your brand and enjoy the kind of content that you make by even like re-watching those videos, those short form videos, eventually the metrics which you judge your success by, the metrics of like, oh, I have like 1 million followers, I have over likes, blah 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 blah, I have like brands reaching out to me. Also, listen, keep this business knowledge. Just because a brand reaches out to you does not mean you have truly found success, unless you can ratify yourself and get to a point whereby you don't have to worry about constantly working about making that income. I don't really count that as a success. I mean, it's a bit harsh. It's a bit harsh to say it like that, but I really don't. I really don't. Like, more and more, I've come to value my own personal time. And that is something that I feel we are losing. Because I'm seeing a lot more people on social media do vlogs these days. I'm seeing a lot more people on social media sharing aspects of their lives. And hey, it's all honky-dory, but after having done this whole content thing since I was like in high school, especially like short form content, I'm tired. It does not have that spark anymore, right? It really doesn't. Like, this is so capitalist and business and vain, blah, blah, blah. But what value are you adding to the people that are actually watching your content? Yeah, you can say that you're adding the value of, a person's laughing, like, ha, 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 they feel better about themselves. But really? Because the nature of short form content is to be enjoyed and be forgotten. You see? You see what I'm saying, bruv? I should fucking stop. I take myself seriously a lot sometimes. This is also why I don't like scripting my videos, because this is off the top of my head. It's off the top of my head, right? And if you give yourself enough time in front of the camera, you get comfortable and it just comes to you. But yeah, man, yeah. What we need right now is I'm like Pink Panthers in that fucking interview.
Yeah, appreciate you. You look like $1 million. Now talk to me. This is your first Grammys.
Yes.
Vibes, energy, what goes through the mind?
I'm on the screen.
I'm gonna sound like a parent right now. I'm gonna sound like my mom and whatnot, but like, we need a lot less content creators, and we need a lot more business owners, right? We need a lot more people generating their own income. We need to build generational wealth, my nigga. I should stop. I'm right next to a fucking school. I'm next to a school. But you get the point. You get the point that I'm trying to make. You understand what I'm saying, right? Like, bruh, it makes no difference if you're a popular content creator and your brand does nothing for you, and then you just end up elokshin again. It would make more sense if you like had money behind you, but you just choose to stay elokshin. That's what my mom says she's gonna do. Like, she wants to have money, but she doesn't necessarily want to stay like in the suburbs and whatnot. And I get it. There's a lot of vanity in the suburbs. There's a lot of nonsense. But like, yeah, like, social media these days makes people feel a lot less like they are deserving of kwa into yothando. Yabo? Like, if I'm not popular, if I'm not doing all of these trends, if I'm not being seen by the world, then do I even matter? That is a very, very common thing that is constantly repeated amongst young people that are like constantly making content. Yabo? And you know what? I get it. A lot of people see your content creation to be their way out. I'm not going to hold you, bro. I'm not going to hold you at all. If that is your way out, 100%, Go at it. Go at it. But have a plan behind you. Have a plan behind you. Yeah. Damn, bro. My lips dry as hell. Oh, yeah. With all of this realization that I've come to have recently, man, I enjoy my privacy a lot more now. I really do. Not like privacy is like, oh, I don't say anything. I still make content like this, but like not sharing everything, it's nice. It's nice going at my own pace, not comparing myself to other people's successes. That's what it's all about. In any case, that's just been me. I hope you enjoyed your podcast. That is not your favorite podcast. That is not a podcast. And yeah, I will be making more of these videos actually. Yeah. Also, I like that I'm capable of doing this at school now. Because doing it at school kind of like forces me to make the content. I have like an hour and like 35 before my next class. So I'm just gonna sit here and edit. This was me being productive today. And I hope you can see yourself as productive in all of the tiny things that you do as well. Otherwise, Blamok, have a great rest of your day. Oh wow, that was terrible.